Hey, what's going on, everybody? As we start a new year, a lot of us are going to kind of sit down and think about maybe the way last year went, our hopes for this year, what we might do differently, and if we're going to do something different, how exactly we're going to go about that. So I know that a lot of people will say that it's not how you start, but that it's how you finish. And to some extent, I would absolutely agree with that. Most people will start off in any endeavor, gung-ho, full of spirit, doing everything right, only to crap out somewhere along the way and watch everything just crash and burn. But that's not us. At the same time, I don't think anybody who ever really accomplished something or did great things ever said, you know what, I'm gonna start off like a total bag of shit. So I think it is important to get off on the right foot. It's important to have a plan. And although it's been said that the road to hell is paved with good intentions, I do think it's important to have good intentions and to want to do things right and to get off to a strong start. So I don't know about all of you, but I know that I've certainly sat down, took a look at everything I was doing, and I've been doing this a long time. So maybe my perspective is a little bit biased, but I do believe that no matter what the goal is, right? It wouldn't matter if my goal is something entirely non-physical, totally unrelated to bodybuilding, totally unrelated to performance or to weightlifting. I still believe that everything starts with nutrition, right? I believe that the body feeds the mind and the mind also feeds the body. I don't know which one is more important or where it kind of starts, but I do believe that when you're physical, that when you're active, that it improves your mind, okay? That you think more clearly, you feel better. Although the mind, kind of directs the body, I do believe that the body fuels the mind. And what fuels the body? Nutrition. So I do think that no matter what the goal is, a solid nutritional strategy is always first and foremost. What is a solid nutritional strategy, right? For me, okay, it may be different for everyone. My definition, if you guys have been following me for any period of time, you know how I feel about whole food. You know how I feel about eating in a way that's simple, right? Constructing a diet based around single ingredient foods, unprocessed food. Because simply put, that's what we've evolved to run on, right? Every species and every machine, for that matter, has fuel that it runs best on. Just as you wouldn't put diesel in a gasoline engine, just as you don't feed certain foods to, if you guys have pets, you guys have a dog, you know that there's certain things you can't feed them, right? It's not for them. So we all have things that we run best on. For me, there's certain foods I don't do well with, I keep them out. I believe that whole food is the best. So in my quest to adequately fuel myself, right, I sit down and say, hey, what, how could my diet be better? How could this whole thing be more effective and be more efficient? And obviously, I come up with something, I look at my macros, try to make it as balanced as possible, eat a variety of foods, right? Not just foods that fulfill my macronutrient requirements, but foods that are dense in micronutrients, right? So I really do put a lot of thought into planning it and trying to put together a diet that's, I guess for lack of a better word, wholesome, well-rounded, diverse. At the end of the day, try though I may, how that rhymed, there's gonna be gaps, right? It's not gonna be perfect. There's gonna be, things that it's missing, micronutrient-wise, essential fatty acid-wise. And so for that reason, I choose to supplement, right? I am a big believer in supplements. I've been using supplements since I started bodybuilding because I believe that the odds of any of us attaining an optimal level of all these micronutrients through our diet is probably slim to none. And, you know, we're just going by what the FDA determines to be our recommended daily intake of things. I mean, I think that for a lot of us, what we're engaged in, what our goals are, I think we do probably require something significantly more than the average person. Maybe not in all instances, but probably quite a few nutrients. And I think we would probably be better served with a higher intake of certain things. What do we do? What do I do? I mean, supplement-wise, I feel that a multivitamin mineral product is essential. I'm a longtime user of Animal Pack. At 15 years old, it was the first product I ever used. But you know, one of the things that was awesome about Animal Pack is that it's something you can feel. I remember using it and saying, okay, this is more than a multivitamin. This is clearly some type of training aid because I can feel the difference with this stuff. I've got more energy, I've got more stamina, I just feel better, and it's absolutely helping to support my training. 20 plus years later, I'm still using it. And if you talk to a lot of people who are longtime users, they'll all tell you the same thing. Beyond Animal Pack, next comes Animal Omega, right? So just as a lot of us are at risk of maybe missing some key vitamins and minerals, we're also equally at risk of not fulfilling EFA requirements. You know, especially a lot of us who, especially in the new year, right, want to peel off some excess fat that we've accumulated. So a lot of us will kind of have a more restrictive diet, right, in accordance with that. So we may not be eating a ton of fat or having fatty fish each night for dinner. So a lot of us would be better served by including an EFA product. And Animal Omega is top notch. Why? What do EFAs do? I mean, between balancing hormones, improving mood, help fat burning. There's a lot of things they do that once a lot of people, you know, once they put them in their diet, they feel and perform and look significantly better. These are very foundational things, very foundational concepts, very foundational products. And then for me, the third thing, you know, which is vitally important, and I wish I knew this 20 years ago when you couldn't tell me anything. Animal Flex, you know, a good joint support product. Man, I remember going in the gym, Jesus, I was probably 21, 22. Think nothing of throwing 4 plates on each side of the bar, just getting in and squatting. And I didn't feel anything. Oh, it was great. Just let it rip. And I remember, you know, some of the other guys around me in the gym would be like, man, you're not gonna warm up or anything? Nope, don't need to, feel good. Oh, dude, you're gonna feel it down the road. You know, maybe you should just take some time and, you know, warm up a little bit. Nope, not me. You guys might be weak and fragile, but not me. Well, 20 years later, I feel it. I feel it in a major way. So the problem with joint support products is people don't use them because they don't feel that they need them, because nothing hurts. That is the exact time when you should be using it, so that hopefully you never feel it, right? Take the stuff now when you feel good, and the idea is it'll help you keep feeling good. Because let me tell you, when you're limited by aches, pains, injuries, and you can't train the way you need to train to look the way you want to look or to accomplish the goal you want to accomplish, it's extremely frustrating. If you think it's hard to train hard, it's even harder to not be able to train hard or have to pump the brakes constantly because you've got a limiting factor. So I guess the point here is, as I look forward at the new year, I always bring things back to basics. I go back to fundamentals. I look at things in my history that have worked. And it's always the simple stuff. I mean, it's easy to get off on tangents. It's easy to, start considering, well, there's this new method and this new trend and guys are doing this now. Man, when you look back at the greatest champions, and I'm just talking bodybuilding, but this reigns true in all sports. Look at bodybuilding. Arnold, Lee Haney, Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman. These guys all did basic stuff, all right? They weren't out to reinvent the wheel. They were all doing just the fundamentals. So I remind myself that. I always am conscious of kind of an ever-present need to reel myself in and sometimes go back to basics. So as I'm doing that and as I look at my diet, I look at things from a foundational perspective, and I'm sure that a lot of you do too, and that's why I just figured, it'd be worth having this video, letting you guys know. Animal does offer the foundation stack, which includes Animal Pack, Animal Omega, and Animal Flex. They're 3 products that my regimen is never without. And I would never tell you guys how to spend your money or what to do, but I do believe that it's money well spent. I think it's covering the gaps and preventing patching any holes that may exist to create the strongest, foundation, right, possible. Because everything else is going to be built on that. So, in any case, I'll see you guys soon. Get off to a good start. Yes, it's not how you start, but how you finish. But how you start matters too. Right? Nobody wants to start off like garbage. So, get off to a good start. I'll talk to you guys soon.